Welcome to Hitman Boxing. This is my second post-fight video on the Terence Crawford versus Julius Indongo fight. Terence Crawford wins this fight by third round knockout. It was a body punch. Real nasty. And, you know, I told y'all before. I told y'all Terence Crawford was going to go in there and do whatever he wanted to. You know, I told you that Julius Indongo was outmatched. Terence Crawford is the best fighter at 140. He's been the best fighter at 140 for some time now. You know, 10 title defenses, like, he's 10 for 10. Like, come on, man. I don't know why you guys thought that Julius Indongo could stand a chance against Terence Crawford. I mean, you think because Terence Crawford was beating up on midgets that he can't beat somebody who's taller than him? I mean, Crawford had a much longer reach than Indongo, right? I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, he's taller and shit, but let's look at his wins, man. Troyanowski and Ricky Burns. Like, Ricky Burns done already got that work, man. Troyanowski got knocked out by one punch, man. Like, what were y'all basing that off of? A couple of fluke wins? You know? I mean, there wasn't much footage on YouTube of Indongo to watch, so I'm just trying to figure out how y'all felt that this man was going to come in here and beat the shit out of Terence Crawford. That's all I want to know. Like, Crawford, there's nobody at 140 that can exploit Terence Crawford at all. What I think is going on here is y'all want Terence Crawford to be pound for pound number one, and there's nothing wrong with that. So y'all hyped up Indongo to make it seem like he was this big threat for Crawford when he really wasn't. Because he wasn't. I wasn't falling for that shit, and I knew exactly what y'all was trying to do. It's simple, man. I give Terence Crawford all the credit in the world for beating this guy, but it doesn't change the fact that dude was outmatched. That he didn't stand a chance at beating Terence Crawford. You can look at him and tell you couldn't beat Terence Crawford, man. I knew before the fight, just by looking at this African nigga, that he wasn't gonna do shit. Damn, man. I don't care how many belts he got. He had 2 belts. It don't mean shit, man. Terence Crawford's the man at 140. Nobody beats him at 140. After I saw him beat Victor Postal, like, that should have just erased anybody's doubt that he was the best at 140. But then people try to downplay Victor Postal like he wasn't shit. Like he ain't beat Lucas Matisse. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Terence Crawford dropped Indongo in the second round. And then he knocks him out in the third round with a body punch, a very vicious body punch. And he fought this whole fight in the southpaw stance. So, I mean, come on, really. Terence Crawford said he's moving up to 147. I think that's a good idea. I think we could call Terence Crawford pound for pound number one if he beats one or two of these top welterweights, right, at 147. Like, if he beats Keith Thurman, I give him number one. If he beats Errol Spence, he gets number one from me. It's easy. He said he's going up and he's gonna clean out 147. Terence Crawford says he's gonna clean out 147, dog. Now that's gonna be difficult to do, but if he does it, there isn't a shadow of doubt that he's number one pound for pound. It's not his fault that he doesn't have any competition at 140. It's not his fault at all. But we're not about to give him pound for pound number one in the rankings. We're not about to do that. Y'all ain't do that to Triple G. It's damn near the same. It's damn near the same shit with Triple G. All right, he was fighting bums too. Y'all wasn't giving him that number one pound for pound ranking, that pound for pound status. He's doing the exact same shit Terence Crawford was doing. I don't give a shit if you dislike what the fuck I'm saying or not. It's the truth. Look at their resumes. But I guess y'all argue that Terence Crawford is the more complete fighter. I don't argue that fact. I mean, he's got more tools in his arsenal. So, Terence Crawford move up to 147. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see you beat the shit out of Keith Thurman. A fight with Errol Spence is interesting, but of course he calls out Keith Thurman. But more than likely what's going to happen is he's going to move up to 147 and he'll fight the Pacquiao Horn winner, which will probably be Jeff Horn. So we're probably going to get Jeff Horn versus Terence Crawford. And he's going to beat he's going to beat the living kangaroo shit out of Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn will never be the same after a fight with Terence Crawford. I guarantee you that. But that's what we're getting set up for. All right, we're getting set up for Terence Crawford versus Jeffrey the Horn. That's what we're getting set up for. And, you know, most of his competitions at, you know, on Showtime. So I don't know how they're going to work that shit out. I don't know how Terence Crawford's going to end up fighting Thurman. You know, I don't know how he's going to end up making those fights, dude. That's going to be difficult for him to do. So we may never even get any of those fights, to be honest. Let's not act like that Cold War is over with. It's still on and popping, especially when it comes to, you know, both sides' top fighters, you know. So let me know what you guys thought of the fight. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, like I mentioned before, Terence Crawford was gonna beat the shit out this African, man. He did. It was easy work. Easy work. Them top rank hoes though, them hoes is bad. I ain't gonna lie. That little blonde hoe, she could get it. Hitman Boxing. Drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. Don't try to say I'm trying to downplay Terence Crawford, because I'm not. He is that good. You're right. He is that good. He has no competition at 140. Julius Indongo was not competition. You know what I mean? Crawford's fought tougher opposition. So, but then at the same time, it's like he's so much better than everybody. It doesn't even really matter. But my final take on this whole situation is Julius Indongo is a bum. He was a bum with 2 belts, and he's a bum without the belts. He got his big payday, and now we'll never see him ever again, and I'm okay with that. Hitman Boxing, I'm out.
This world will bring you down with mass confusion and complexities, but I am the master of my fate and captain of my soul, you see. Stuck in the mentalities that says one thing and does another. Oh, the contradictories. That's when I visit my utopia of Capricornia to be free. Most would say that's not normal, but for me, life is but a dream, and your reality is what it seems. I'm sitting in the crib I found on Craigslist, staring out in space, scheming what my next move is. I'm thinking that it's time to move west. No idea what I'm doing, I'm just trying my best. Not exactly where I thought I'd be. Honestly, a 9 to 5 never was in my dreams. I've been feeling all alone lately. Nothing I ain't used to since '88 as a baby. When I came up out the womb, everybody knew it was something special about me that fills a room. I never understood it, but my OG told me it's a blessing. I should use it to the fullest, and that's what I've been trying to do. But it's hard to keep a smile on your face while paying dues. Damn, it's hella cloudy in the room, and the shadow of reality is darkest when it glooms.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream, leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.
I had a suicide dream about a month ago, while I was sleeping on the couch in my parental's house. That's when I knew that it was time for me to up and go. So I booked it, couple friends took it personal. Like, why you just up and go? Ain't even bother to tell nobody, that's rude, bro. It was unintentional. Conversations with myself, I need a hospital. I think I've gone bipolar. Half of me is conservative, any other stoner. I think I lost the love that I had from a good girl. The temp is negative 18, yeah, that's a cold world. Janis Joplin that's playing on my Pandora station. Cosmic Blues, just some emotional life changes. Whole time, no, I gotta stop looking back, because the future's not a present, gotta get on track.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream, leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.